GM, welcome to the weekly crypto recap. My name is Josh Gordon, and I'm here to talk through all the Web3, NFT, and crypto news coming out this week. We got a lot to dive into. I'm wearing sunglasses because, man, the markets, the companies, we all brought the heat this week. There's some big updates to talk through, so let's dive in. Story number one, we've got to talk about the merge for a second. Everyone's heard of it. Everyone knows it's coming, but there's a couple things, some FAQs we should discuss. First, there's going to be no more mining. Now, this is a major win for the Earth. So the previous proof of work system relied on excessive computers to process basically endless transactions. This was a lot of compute power that resulted in a lot of energy use. Now, when it transitions to proof of stake, this will run on people power. So it will use validators, and there's over 400,000 validators currently who have locked up a substantial sum of ETH. Now, this means that if they act in a malicious way, they lose their collateral. So, the validators are incentivized to process transactions effectively and truthfully. Now, the transition to the proof of stake will use 99.85% less energy consumption than the proof of work. So this should end a lot of the FUD for people coming at blockchain and crypto saying its energy use is very high. Second, lower gas fees and transaction times are a myth. This is something that's on the future of the Ethereum roadmap, but the merge is not going to lead to lower gas fees, and it's not going to lead to faster transaction times, but hopefully soon. Third, what do you need to do to prepare? Really got to do nothing. Leave it to the exchanges, the wallets. If you're holding Ethereum or NFTs on the Ethereum network, you basically just have to sit and wait while the transition to the proof of stake network happens, and the backend stuff should be taken care of. Story number two, let's talk about Coinbase. They came out with another product announcement this week. They announced Coinbase wrapped Staked ETH. So that's a lot of words, and honestly, it kind of confused me. So I wanted to dive into it and talk it through because there might be some confusion out there. So Coinbase dropped this new token, cbETH, which is its first liquid staking token. And so what does this mean? It means that you no longer have to lock your ETH up when you stake it. So traditionally, when you stake your tokens, they're locked up for a certain period of time. But now when you stake your ETH on Coinbase, they give you back cbETH, which is their version of this liquid staking token. So what does this mean? You can sell it, your cbETH, you can sell it, transfer it, or use it anywhere in DeFi. So this still confused me a little bit. So I hit up someone on Twitter who does product and was part of this announcement. And I said, what's the main value prop for your staked position? And he said that when you stake coins on Ethereum on Coinbase and you get cbETH back, you can move it, sell it, use it in DeFi, and the taxable event happens when you sell, but this allows you to essentially maintain your liquidity and keep making moves in the crypto market. Now, one thing you do have to be worried about is called slashing. Now, this is a term that I wasn't familiar with. So slashing happens when validators are forced to break the rules, for example, by censoring transactions, and that could result in them getting slashed. So after OFAC, over the last couple of weeks, they banned Tornado Cash. They put sanctions on it. We saw Ethermine, the largest ETH miner, stop processing blocks that had transactions from Tornado Cash. So this begs the question, will validators do the same? Will validators stop certain transactions from going through if OFAC requires them to? And so once the merge happens, 66% of all validators will be controlled by 5 companies. That's Lido, Coinbase, Kraken, Staked, and Bitcoin Suisse. And all of them currently do follow OFAC regulations. So the question is, what will happen if OFAC says, hey, Coinbase, you need to censor certain transactions? If they choose to oblige, they could then be slashed and your staked ETH could be at risk. So, I don't know if this is going to happen. I don't know. This is all hypotheticals, but it is something to keep an eye on. Third story of the week, we're talking about Mastecard and how they are embracing crypto. So we've talked about for a long time in the crypto industry how one of the main value props of just all cryptocurrencies and tokens is easier payments. And that has to get integrated into the credit cards we use day in, day out, so we can actually pay at the merchants we want to. And this is by Michael Mibach, who's the CEO of Mastercard. He said on LinkedIn this week, we can unlock the full potential of blockchain technology when we make it easier to access and easier to use. One way to do that is by bringing crypto to everyday purchases to make that a reality. We're working with Binance to let people use their crypto to make purchases at 90 million stores that accept Mastercard. They're launching in Argentina, and they plan to expand from there. So he ends it by saying, what could the blockchain industry look like in 5 years? We're seeing hints of that. So I love the tone here. It focuses on ease of use and access. It starts with tests in Argentina and promises expansion in the future, and it ends with a long-term perspective, 5 years. I mean, I think that a lot of times in crypto we rush how quickly we're going to be integrated and go global, but true adoption takes time, innovation takes time, products need to get built. So I love that they're starting their strategy and they're working towards a long-term goal. And lastly, I'll end with saying, the Binance card will allow new and existing Binance users in Argentina to make purchases, pay their bills everywhere that Mastercard is accepted. So both in-store and online. Very cool to see. In the Unstoppable news, let's talk about two quick things. One, we did a dev AMA for the Unstoppable app. It's live, and our senior product manager behind the mobile app, Edward, he dropped all the knowledge in our Discord channel. So if you want to hear the dev AMA and hear the questions that were answered, the link below should take you to that YouTube video where you can listen to the recording. Secondly, we dropped a dope podcast this week on the Unstoppable podcast with Shiv from Magik about the future of NFTs and the properties that they hold that make them so valuable. So I love this episode. Shiv is really good at explaining complex topics simply, so give it a listen. Link is below. For Community Member of the Week, I gotta give a shout out to Virtual Jester. Now, Virtual Jester made a Web3 website hosted by IPFS. He used TradingView to make it, and his website is 247watch.crypto. So he uses NFT domain to host a decentralized website, and that's sick. Shout out to you, Virtual Jester. Love to see the innovation there and building with your unstoppable domain. NFT Project of the Week, I gotta give a shout out to Bello. Now, Bello is started and founded by Adam Levy. Adam is a Web3 podcaster himself, so gotta show love. But what I love about this product is it allows creators to discover actionable insights on your collections through simple search and no-code tools. It's basically a blockchain data analytics tool built for creators by a creator. I got the demo and I thought it was really fantastic, and I hope to use it in the future. So I suggest you give them a follow and check out the product. That's it for the week. I hope you enjoyed this weekly crypto recap. Now, please give this a retweet on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube. It means a lot, helps us grow. Let me know, what stories did you really like to hear? What stories do you want to hear more of in the future? Is it around business, tech, NFTs? I'm covering it every week, and I'm bringing the most value to you because crypto moves fast. So we got to do these weekly crypto recaps so we stay in the know. So that's it for this week. I'll catch you online and on the metaverse. Peace out.